Carolyn Dube here. Oh, what's the play for today? Well, today I'm sharing one of the ways that I use to draw fun, playful characters. Now, if you're looking for how to do something realistically, or if you'd like a long list of precise rules to follow, this isn't the video for you. This one is very loose, it's very free, and it's a no pressure way to draw something. I'm going to start out with a poured canvas. That's the trick. That's the thing that's going to give me, well, you'll see how handy that is when it comes to making these characters. Here's the poured canvas I'm going to start with, and it is completely dry. It's really important that it be completely dry. Now, as I looked at it with all those cells, all those shapes in there, I started to see a silly character. I actually see sort of a wonky bunny rabbit hiding in there, and that's what I'm going to draw. Now, if I was looking at a blank piece of paper and I had to draw a bunny rabbit, that would feel like a lot of pressure. I'd worry about, does it look right? What's the proportion? All that kind of stuff. But what I'm going to do here doesn't have any of that pressure. So there's a bunny rabbit that I see there, and so that I know where it is, because I know me, once I pull out the paintbrush, I'm not going to remember exactly what I saw. So I'm going to use that very fancy tool, the pencil right there, and I'm going to just lightly outline where I want the bunny to be. I'm going really lightly with this so that if I change my mind or there's some pencil that I need to erase at the end, it's not going to leave any kind of marks on the canvas whatsoever. Once I've got my critter outlined here, then I'm going to use white paint to cover up anything that isn't the bunny. So basically, all that color around it, I'm going to make that disappear with layers of white paint. So how did I get all that color on the canvas, all those cells there and all those bright colors? Well, that was through paint pouring. And if you haven't tried paint pouring, it is just an absolute rush to see all that color move around and those cells appear. But if you haven't done it before, it can be a little bit intimidating to figure out what pouring medium to use, what supplies do you need, how do you set things up for it, those kinds of things. But it doesn't have to be intimidating. I've put everything that you need to know to get started with paint pouring into a free download for you called the Paint Pouring Blueprint. There's a link down below so you can get it sent right over to your inbox, and in there you'll find out what's the easiest pouring medium to start with if you want to get lots of cells. You're going to find out what kind of paints to use and so much more in there. So now back to this bunny-like creature that I'm painting up here. As I'm putting the white paint on here, you'll notice that I'm putting lots of layers of this paint on here. And that's because I want to completely cover up all the color that's underneath it. And it might take more than 1 or 2 layers to do that. If you're a patient person, let it dry in between coats and you'll get better coverage. If you're impatient like me, you just keep adding it on there until it gets fully covered. And if you've got any pencil lines peeking out when you're all done, just use an eraser and make those disappear. So here's what it looks like when it is completely dry. Now I did put another coat of white paint on here just to make sure that I had solid coverage on it. And I also wanted to show you the effect of the sides. See his ear, I let it just wrap around there because I just put the white paint on those areas. So these canvases can be a lot of fun even when you see them from the side. Well, thanks so much for joining me for today's play. If you've been enjoying this video, I'd so appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll know as soon as I have a new one out. And if you'd like to get the free paint pouring blueprint so that you can see how to make poured canvases and get cells and that kind of stuff, then check out the link down below and I'll send it right over to you. Thanks so much for letting me be a part of your colorful journey.